My name is Ashish Antal. I am the engineering director at MLS Listings. MLS Listings is one of the few MLSs in the United States with an engineering staff working internally for providing MLS-specific software solutions that are targeted for brokers and real estate professionals. Our team is mostly doing research into what is next technology that we could make available to our community. We work really closely with RESO to make sure that every solution that we're providing is going to be compatible and implemented with the RESO standards, so it'll be easy for us to integrate with other industry partners and provide the same level of service that RESO expects us to provide. My app was to show how multiple organizations with different roles and responsibilities could work together and help a listing move through the marketing life cycle. And what I was demonstrating in my app was a use case where when somebody builds a property and they want to put it on market, how it goes through from being constructed, then brokers coming in, signing contracts to sell the property, and then MLSs then putting it on the market by assigning an MLS number on it. Most of the time these listings, when they are on the market, they go from active to pending to having some appraisals done, putting it in escrow, people coming in doing open houses on them, people asking questions, generating leads, and then escrow companies working, and a title company recording deals and bringing a listing back from on market to off market. So there are many organizations that are involved. You have construction companies, you have agents, you have brokers, you have title companies, counties who are involved in doing these transactions. Currently, there is no way for them to communicate when something happens, when price drops, when the deed gets signed. It takes months to actually get the title information. That's where the blockchain comes into the play, because when you're looking at the industry, you know that there is a structure. There are different organizations. They're playing different roles. So why not go ahead and implement an enterprise solution that works for all of them, that still gives them the control that they want and let them play that role they want to play, but move the data and move the information as quickly as possible throughout the industry. If you are following the standards, that would be the most efficient way for you to communicate with other vendors and exchange the information with the most as accurately as possible, because you don't want the information to be misinterpreted at the client side. And when the client and server, when two organizations are speaking the same language, using the same standard, there is less possibility of an error. There had been many times when I know that my boss would be talking to industry partners, and we do a lot of research before we integrate products into our own offering. And most of the time we look for, like, okay, what do they have APIs? What does their API look like? Are they implementing any standards? Do they understand RESO standards or not? So when we are exchanging the information, we always force them to use a RESO standard exchange platform. So we want them to be using APIs, and we want them to be well aware of what data dictionary is. The advice I have for other MLSs is to I know that it's not easy for every single MLS to build their own engineering team, build their own custom solutions. I know that there are great vendors out there. There are big vendors who are providing the same capabilities that we're providing with our own internal teams, but it's very important and crucial for them to keep themselves aligned with what is RESO proposing and what is coming up next. They should be looking at 2 years roadmap at least, and then when they want to go and adopt a product, look at their roadmap and see where they are heading. Are they participating with RESO or not? Because if you're going to use a vendor to provide an API for your data set, you want to make sure that the API is RESO compliant and it has a plan, the vendor has a plan to continuously working with standards, certifying their products and keeping their certificates up to date.